Hi guys, it's Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and today we're going to go over print and cut, how you can take any images and flatten them and attach them and make them one solid print and cut image. This tends to be an issue for a lot of Cricut Design Space users, especially for newbies and also for seasoned Cricut Design Space users as well. So just real quick, to be time saving, I've brought in my images. I've got my note card here that I brought in. It's a top note card is what it's called. I've got a lotus flower that I've brought in, and I brought in some text that says Allie Ray Jewelry. Now with the font of Allie Ray, it is a font that I downloaded for free. It was not from DaFont. I don't remember what site I got it from, but it was in a collection of farmhouse fonts. Allie Ray, the font is called Silver Charm, and Jewelry I got from the exact same font, and it is called Moonflower. So the first thing you can see if you go to the right hand side of my screen is everything is a cut file. Well, I want everything to be a print then cut file. None of my fonts or my lotus blossom is to size. My note card is, and I have designed this for a friend of mine who is making homemade jewelry or handmade jewelry, and she told me that she wanted her name and jewelry with a lotus blossom. So that's what I have designed at this point. So excuse me. So I'm decreasing the size of my lotus blossom flower, and I'm bringing it on top of my note card to see how I think it looks. And I'm pleased with that size. So what I'm going to do now is hit the Control button on my keyboard and select my top note card. And I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to hit the tab for Align, and I'm going to align it to the center. Now I'm going to click off of it for a minute and then just click on my lotus blossom, and then I'm going to use the up, down, left, right arrows on my keyboard, and I'm only going to choose the up arrow to move it up because now I know it's perfectly centered onto this size of the note card that I want. And I like that placement at this point. Now, what I'm going to do is go back and click on my lotus blossom. I'm going to come over on the top of my screen here. You see line type and fill. And and it says no fill. I'm going to click that down arrow and make it print is what I'm going to choose. And I want it to print in black. So that's perfect. Now, when we come over to the right hand side of our screen, we see that our lotus flower silhouette blossom is now set at cut and print, which means it will print it and cut it, but in this outline. And you'll be horribly disappointed if you cut and print like this, because it will be a million little pieces, I guarantee you. And I don't want that to be the case. So now I'm going to hit the Control button on my keyboard and select my top note card. And now I'm going to come down to the bottom right hand side of my screen and hit Attach. And now it is attached to my note card, which means it's going to print and then cut only the outline of my note card. And the reason that I know this for a fact is when I come over to the right hand side of my screen, do you see the icon here that says Flatten. And the Flatten shows me my top note card with my lotus blossom silhouette. And they're one image at this point, and that's exactly what I want it to be, which means it's only going to cut the outline of my top note card. So perfect, we're good to go at this point. Now we're going to take our text and we're going to do the exact same thing. First thing I'm going to do is move it down in size. I'm going to pull it over to my top note card, but the first thing I need to do is arrange it to the front so I can see it. And I need to make it much smaller at this point. Now I've got this selected. I'm going to again select the control key on my keyboard and the top note card, and now I'm going to hit align again and hit center. Now I'm going to click off of it and just select the text, and I'm going to use my down arrow key on my keyboard to move it down a little. I like the way that is setting at this point. Now, while I still only have Allie Ray selected, I'm going to go up to the top of my screen. I'm going to choose the fill section and choose print. And I really like the way that's looking. So now while I've got this done, the way that I want it to look, I'm going to hold down the control key again, select my note card, which now selects everything, and I'm going to go to the right hand side to the very bottom, and I'm going to hit attach. Now it has attached it to my note card. Now I'm also going to hit flatten at this point as well, because now that makes that one image at this point. When we go over here to the layers panel on the right hand side, when I look at this image, I can see my top note card, I see my lotus blossom, and I see the words Allie Ray, which means the lotus blossom and Allie Ray is going to print, and my note card will print as well as long as I have it in a different color. But when I change it to white, printers don't print white. So it won't print that, but it will cut it. And when I'm ready to cut and print this, I will change this to white and put any color cardstock that I want in it at the time. And it will actually be craft cardstock that I put in when I print it. So now let's go to the text file, jewelry. Now I know I need to move it way down in size. I also automatically know that I need to arrange it to the front, so I'm going to do that at the top layer. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I think the name Allie Ray needs to be larger than the name jewelry. Now I've got jewelry selected. I'm going to hit the control key, select my top note card. Again, I'm going to hit align, and I'm going to choose center. Now put it way up in my Word or in my file, and I knew that it would. Now I've selected the word jewelry, and I'm going to use my down arrow key again. I'm going to move it down under Allie Ray, and I think that I'm liking that, and I like that quite a bit, so I'm going to select it again. I'm going to come up to my fill tab I'm going to hit print one more time. Now, this time, I'm going to hit flatten down on the right bottom of my screen first. And I'm very fine with that. Now, I'm going to draw a box around everything and select it all and attach. And for some reason it's showing 2 and it should not show 2. I'm not for sure why it's doing that. And I am going to, just for the fun of it, we'll go to make it. So I can see what I did wrong, why it's showing 2. And it was just a Cricut glitch, because there was not 2 to show. So you can see here on my screen, on my cut screen, that I have exactly 1 image. All the black is going to print and only the green outline will cut. So I'm going to cancel this because I'm not going to do that. And there we go. We've got 1 image. It's a flattened image, and it is, oh, it's because I hit, I just figured it out. It's because I hit flatten on jewelry before I attached it. And that's just why it's doing that. But it's 1 image, period. So you can do it either way, but when you have 1 image, which is what you're looking for, and as long as it's attached, you're very good to go. So sorry for the confusion there at the end. I really appreciate your time that you've spent with me today. I certainly love your comments and your thumbs up and your shares, and I hope you found this video informative and very helpful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.